His fist sunk to his desk. His eyes widened. No one moves. Immediately close the doors. My wife's lawyer dropped all papers as military police entered immediately. Chapter 1. Homecoming. I came back from my trip. Duffel bag slung over my shoulder, a heart that hadn't been home in years. Afghanistan had taken friends. It had taken sleep. But I thought foolishly that my wife, the woman, and our 2 kids were the one thing war couldn't take from me. My house was dark when I arrived. No welcome home party like last time. No tiny feet running toward me. No one running. No just silence on the outside. I met someone better than I should. Someone who's actually a civilian contractor named Brent, had moved into my home within days of my departure. She told the court, he's never home for the kids. He can't provide stability. I want the house, full custody, everything. I sat silently at every hearing. No outbursts, no speeches, just a quiet rage building beneath a disciplined exterior, honed by combat. Lauren smirked every time we crossed paths at court. She thought my silence was surrender, but it was strategy. The paper that spoke louder than words. The court was packed that day. Lauren sat confidently in her polished suit, her boyfriend Brent in the gallery, smirking like he already owned my house, my kids, and my dignity. Her lawyer strutted in with a binder in his thick. Motions, accusations, and character assassinations. I had a folder, 1 page. The judge, an older man with military pins on his robe, leaned forward. Mrs. Grant, he said. Lauren had already started using her maiden name again. You're asking. What was the switch inside your mom? When my 7-year-old sister told her she loved Dad more, Mom was making dinner when Emma ran up to her and yanked on her skirt. Mommy, Mommy, come, come. Daddy's wearing my Elsa costume. He looks so funny. Mom chuckled but said she was too busy to go look, and Emma jokingly responded, Ooh, hi, Mommy. I cook, cook, cook. I'm too boring to have fun. She then giggled. That's why I love Daddy more. She ran back to play. Mom laughed it off, but I could tell by her eyes that comment really stung her. The next day, Mom joined in on the fort building after dinner. She crawled through the blanket to hold with Emma and even did silly voices for the stuffed animals. When Emma asked for ice cream after dinner, Mom said yes immediately. Dad raised his eyebrows, but Mom just winked at him. Then proceeded to make Emma laugh by getting ice cream from Dad's nose and licking it off. Later, I watched Mom and Emma rolling down the hill in our backyard. Mom's expensive birthday sundress got completely ruined
Close the gap! On the wrong side of the line. Won't someone mercy?
All sides. There's no way out.
He moves. Oh. Oh! Yeah. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Boys.
There you go. Oh! Goldak noodles, by far the most shocking product. Let's take a look what's inside. The noodles contain wheat flour, palm oil, modified starch, salt, glycerin, lecithin, guar gum, potassium carbonate, sodium phosphate.
Come on, slow down. Come on, slow down.
When you place two storage units facing each other in 99 Nights in the Forest, you should also place trees right next to it. And then you should also place the beds to make the days go faster. And finally, you should stock up on a lot of food. Now, using this easy base will allow you to survive nights easily, and enemies won't be able to attack you. When you place two storage units facing each other in 99 Nights in the Forest, you should also place trees right next to it. And then you should also place the beds to make the days go faster. And finally, you should stock up on a lot of food. Now, using this easy base will allow you to survive nights easily, and enemies won't be able to attack you. When you place two storage units facing each other in 99 Nights in the Forest, you should also place trees right next to it. And then you should also place the beds to make the days go faster. And finally, you should stock up on a lot of food. Now, using this easy base will allow you to survive nights easily, and enemies won't be able to attack you.
What is that?
Go easy, girl. Yeah. You're all right, girl.
When did you realize your siblings were using you? In my family, the youngest child took all the physical punishments for their siblings' mistakes. I spent ages 5 through 10 being beaten for things I never did. You see, my father inherited this tradition from his military father, a decorated Vietnam veteran who ran his household like a boot camp. One person bears the burden so the unit stays strong, Dad would say, polishing his service medals every Sunday morning until they gleamed like fresh wounds. He genuinely believed he was creating unbreakable family bonds, molding us into a single organism that moved and breathed as one. My mother went along with it because she'd grown up in a similar household where the eldest daughter took everyone's beating. It made us closer, she'd insist, her voice hollow as an empty church bell. We learned to protect each other. I had 3 older siblings, Marcus, Diana, and Gabriel. They were good kids once, but knowing I'd take their punishments transformed them into something else. Marcus started skipping school, then progressed to shoplifting. Diana would steal mom's jewelry and sell it for concert tickets. Gabriel would fail tests on purpose, drawing obscene pictures instead of answering questions. During family meetings, they'd look at me with that toxic mixture of guilt and relief swimming in their eyes as Dad reached for his belt, the lather crackling like a whip in the silent room. The rule was simple but savage. Every Sunday night at exactly 7 p.m., we had accountability hour. The living room furniture would be pushed against the walls, creating an arena. Dad would list that week's infractions while I stood in the center, barefoot on the cold hardwood floor, wearing only a thin tank top and shorts so the belt wouldn't teach its lesson properly. 1 strike for every missed curfew, 5 for every failed test, 10 for any disrespect. The beating continued until Dad felt family honor was restored. His face red with righteous fury, veins pulsing in his temple like war.
You gotta be
Parents, how did a
stinking
kid
drunk
Uno reverse
already
your
to do
rules?
this
I
kind
thought I
of
was
work.
being a genius parent when my 11-year-old son
I
Wyatt
like
kept begging me
doing
for
it
money to
so
buy Marvel Rival skins.
You
Every
take
single
my
day, he'd show me
money,
his phone with some
surely
new
you take
character
a drink
outfit
off
that cost
me as
$20
well.
and ask if he could
That
have it.
would
Instead
be
of
the
just saying
mannerly
no or
thing
giving
to
in, I
do.
decided this was the perfect
Let's
chance to teach
just
him about
handle
earning
the
money through
money
hard work. I
first.
spent a whole evening
Worry
creating
about
the most
manners
detailed
later,
chore chart.
okay?
Each task had a specific dollar value based on difficulty and time. Taking out the trash was $2 while
You
cleaning
were
the bathroom was
catching
$5. Washing
flies,
dishes
you
got
weren't
$3,
catching
and picking up
fish.
dog poop in the backyard
Now
earned
come
4
on.
because nobody likes that job.
Let's
I
get
even
us that
laminated the chart
debt.
and hung it on the fridge
This
with
is as
Wyatt was so
fast
excited
as
when I
I
explained
can
the
go.
system to him. He calculated that if he did every chore on the list each day, he could earn enough for a new skin in just 4 days. His eyes lit up when he realized he could actually get the invisible woman skin he'd been talking about nonstop. We shook hands like business partners, and I felt like hero of the year. The first week was absolutely magical. I'd come home from work to find the dishes already done and put away. His room was cleaner than it had been since we moved in. The dog poop that usually sat in the yard for days was picked up daily. He even started doing extra things that weren't on the chart, like organizing the garage and washing my car just to earn bonus money. He really told everyone at work about my brilliant parenting move. My coworkers were impressed, and some even asked for copies of my chore chart to try with their own kids. I felt like I cracked the code on teaching kids responsibility while also getting help around the house. Wyatt was learning the value of hard work, and I was getting a clean house without having to
Drinks
By the second
ready.
week, Wyatt had developed a
Right
full
there,
routine.
miss.
He'd wake up early to do some chores before school, then knock out the rest right when he got home. He kept track of his earnings
It's
in a
our
little
life
notebook and would show me his running total each night at
Take
dinner.
what
The
you
kid was more
own.
organized than most adults I knew, and I was genuinely proud of him. Everything was going perfectly until I came home on a Tuesday afternoon to find the house exactly as I left it in the morning. Dishes were piled in the sink, and Wyatt's bathroom was on the floor instead of hung up. I figured maybe he was sick or had a lot of homework, so I didn't say anything at first. But when I looked to let the dog out, I saw 3 days worth of poop in the yard. I caught Wyatt in his room playing Marvel Rivals on his computer. When I asked about the dishes and dog poop, he didn't even look away from his screen. Parents, how did a kid Uno reverse your rules? I thought I was being a genius parent when my 11-year-old son Wyatt kept begging me for money to buy Marvel Rival skins. Every single day, he'd show me his phone with some new character outfit that cost $20 and ask if he could have it. Instead of just saying no or giving in, I decided this was the perfect chance to teach him about earning money through hard work. I spent a whole evening creating the most detailed chore chart ever. Each task had a specific dollar value based on difficulty and time. Taking out the trash was $2 while cleaning the bathroom was $5. Washing dishes got $3 and picking up dog poop in the backyard earned $4 because nobody likes that job. I even laminated the chart and hung it on the fridge with magnets. Wyatt was so excited when I explained the system to him. He calculated that if he did every chore on the list each day, he could earn enough for a new skin in just 4 days. His eyes lit up when he realized he could actually get the invisible woman skin.
So this flight attendant pretends to have cancer in order to con people out of their money. Now the flight attendant's name is Glenn, and Glenn is 24, living in England, and he's, a flight attendant with British Airways. I
Okay,
guess this
girl.
job just isn't paying enough, and bro wants to live a luxurious lifestyle. So one day, in the year 2000, he comes up with a way to make a bunch of money. He creates this investment scheme where he cons people into investing money into British Airways through him. However, he doesn't really invest their money. Instead, he just puts it straight into his pocket. And he cons a bunch of people he knows this way, and he makes a ton of money. And he spends it, mostly on traveling around. Like, he takes his friends on nice vacations. He goes to the Bahamas. He goes to Portugal. He goes to Paris a bunch of times. Now, that's great for him and all, but when you con people into investing their money, eventually they're going to want a return on that investment, and they're going to come asking you about it. And Glenn obviously isn't going to have that money because he spent it all. So when those people start calling, he's got to come up with a new plan. And this time, he plans to pretend that he suddenly has a severe brain tumor and that he's dying. Not only that, but that he needs people to donate money to him so that he can get treatment. And so he gets to work on this terrible plan. He starts researching and he's reading up about brain tumors in medical textbooks. He shapes his head so that he looks the part. Once he's all ready to go, he quits his job at British Airways and he tells them he has cancer, and he starts announcing it to everyone he knows. He's like, I have a serious brain tumor. And not just that, he
Okay,
pretends he's
take it
having
easy.
seizures, and he puts fake blood on himself sometimes to really sell the idea that he's sick. And of course, his friends and family, they're all devastated.
I had
They're
your
not just
stuff
going to
unloaded.
let him suffer
Thank
with
you.
no
I
treatment.
put you in one
So
of the
they
upstairs
start
bedrooms. I
donating
thought that would be a
all
little
this
nicer
money
for
to
you.
him.
I mean,
And he even
the
goes
place
as far as
is
to start
dump,
doing
but
raffles,
we can survive
fundraising
here.
events, so that he can raise
Yes,
even
it's,
more money for his fake tumor.
It's great if you
Now,
love
what is this
alligators and
con man
mosquitoes.
doing with all this money?
Exactly.
Same thing he was
Anyway,
doing
it's
before.
left at
He's
the top of the
spending it on
stairs and head
himself.
on to the end
Like
of the
he's taking a bunch of nice
Thank you.
vacations to a bunch of places where he's pretending to
Anyway,
get
I won't
treatment.
disturb
So
you.
I guess he's like, I gotta go get cancer treatment on the beach in the Bahamas.
You wanna
And I
talk?
guess people believe him.
So he's traveling around to like Florida and Denver and Las Vegas and Australia, and he's having a great time. Not
You okay, Arthur?
Sure.
You don't look okay.
I'm fine.
What you been doing?
Acting like a fool.
How so?
Hurting and robbing folks I didn't need to.
what? I'm thinking of something else, but
My, you have been busy.
Well, that's one way
There's
to
a
look
sin
at
that
it.
directly makes us like Satan
You're a
himself.
good man,
And all
Arthur.
of us have been guilty of this sin.
Underneath, I mean.
Guilty of this sin? Let me read this verse.
I've lost
Please
my
share this
mind,
verse to
Mad Beth.
others. The word of God is living, breathing, and
It's finally
powerful.
happened.
Proverbs 18, verse 9.
I
Whoever
don't
is
feel in
slack in
control.
his work is a brother to
Just
him who
stay
destroys.
calm and do what you
Listen to
do
me.
best.
Whoever is lazy is a
Seems
brother
I'm
to
best
him
in
who
mayhem.
destroys. Well, according to the Bible,
I'm no better
it
than
is him
Micah.
who destroys.
Yes, you are.
Satan. He's relating
do
us
what you gotta
to
do
Satan
and
if we're lazy.
stop
But what's
getting into
lazy
trouble.
in God's eyes? A lack of fulfillment, not performing duties and responsibilities.
We'll see.
We got to understand that the more grateful we are, the less lazy we will be. If we begin to acknowledge all of the blessings that God provides every single day, the fact that we wake up, the fact that we have food and water, the fact that we have friendships, the fact that we have a warm shelter, if we acknowledge these things more, we will be more grateful and our laziness will go away. Because if you think about it, when you're on the couch being lazy, when stuff needs to get done, it's most likely because you're not motivated. And gratitude provides motivation. Satan wants us to be lazy. He doesn't want us to get things done. He doesn't want us to do work for the kingdom. He doesn't even want us to do work for our job. He wants us to be stuck in depression, anxiety. He wants us to be shameful and guilty about everything. So if we learn to have true gratitude in the Lord and what He provides every day, you're going to get up. You're going to be motivated. You're going to want to get stuff done. You're going to want to stay active because the Lord has provided you with so much. There's a sin that directly makes us like Satan himself, and all of us have been guilty of this sin before. Are you guilty of this sin? Let me read this verse. Please.
How's it going? Don't forget to go hunting, Mr. Morgan. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm alright.
Thank you, Arthur.
2 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah. Shit's rendering in.
Uncle.
What the hell?
You going
Dude, I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy the Beta TV remote to connect to my Tiny Hawk. Cause I don't get that much flight time with a Tiny Hawk because it's like a HD camera on there. So it just overheats like after a minute. Gotta let it cool down for like 3 minutes and get back on it.
So bad.
So
Abigail,
I have
she's
the
as good as they come.
Tiny Hawk. I haven't flown it in a while, so I should probably just buy the remote. The one it came with it is garbage, but I mean I've seen the better version of the Beta TV remote they got, so
Yeah.
that way I could probably enjoy more time. I think it's considered a 2S because it has 2 batteries, so I assume it's a 2S.
What the fuck do you mean? A baby was born from 1994. That shit's fucking older than me. I was born last week.
How the fuck is that possible?
A baby that froze an embryo from 1994. And it,
Such another kid from
this motherfucker's 30 years old. In a
1-year-old body.
That shit
Makes no sense.
Hey, what the fuck is going on? We have a volcano, earthquake, tsunami, radioactive fucking wasps.
And now a fucking 30-year-old baby.
Anything is possible in 2025. What the fuck do you mean? A baby was born from 1994.
Want to race me? Practice then. Let's make it more dangerous.
ambulance.
Do you think you could initiate a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza by standing in the middle? Do you think you could initiate a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza by standing in the middle? Oh, God.
What would happen if aliens came to Earth and attacked us? Because I just heard that a couple days ago, some Harvard teacher found out that an alien spaceship is coming to Earth by November. Wait a second, so you're telling me that I'm like... Man, why can't this go then? What's the hardest part about being born on a leap year? My parents told everyone I died at birth. I only exist one day every 4 years. The other 1,460 days, I disappear into a soundproof room in our basement. Fed through a slot like an animal they're too ashamed to put down. They say seeing me between birthdays will curse our family. But I know the truth. I'm the affair child, the bad luck baby, the mistake that only gets to be real every leap year. The room became my world before I could even crawl. The leap baby, the nurse said. Mom's eyes.
Thank you for your help with Miss Jackson.
Don't mention him, Miss Grimshaw.
You're a fine man, Mr. Morgan. Sometimes, at least.
Thank you. I think.
Wow. You can really dance. Wow. You can really dance. He went. He went. Just said we've both been dancing all this time. What a coincidence. Wow. Rhinestones. Rhinestone. Maybe it's frost in there.
Lindsay Adams, your court case designed for you to fail. When the judge saw me walk into the courtroom, he gave me an oh brother face because he knew that this case was rigged. I walked into that courtroom knowing the Lozano family had already paid everyone to go against me. Their son Sonny was pathetically sitting there in a wheelchair he didn't need with bandages wrapped around his head, like a kid who just discovered toilet paper. His parents sat behind him in Gucci suits that probably cost more than my car. The judge was already looking at me like I was some violent criminal who attacked this helpless, precious man baby for no reason. The whole thing started at a house party 2 months earlier. I was just there to pick up my roommate who got wasted off the Henny when I saw Sonny cornering this girl by the pool. She kept trying to step away, but he had his arm blocking her path. I could literally smell his breath from across the yard. It's not hard to recognize whose breath smells like sweaty raccoons. The girl looked terrified, and nobody else was doing anything about it. He kept touching the girl's hair and telling her she was playing hard to get while she was fake laughing and begging him to leave her alone. When she tried to duck under his arm, he grabbed her wrist. That's when I decided to step in, still not even knowing this guy wipes his with $100 bills. I approached them calmly and asked if everything was okay. The girl immediately said no and tried to move toward me. Sonny turned around along with his yellow teeth and told me to mind my own business. I suggested maybe he should get some water and cool off. That's when his face turned red like a tomato, and he started screaming about how nobody tells him, a grown man, what to do. The situation escalated faster than I expected. His acidic spit was hitting my cheek while he ranted about how his dad would destroy me. I kept my hands at my sides and told him to just walk away. The girl had moved behind me at this point, and I could feel her shaking. Then Sonny swung at me. His drunk fist connected with my jaw, and my lights went out for a second. Pure instinct kicked in, and I pushed him away from me. It wasn't even hard. It was more like a flick. But Sonny was so wasted, he stumbled backward over a garden hose that was lying on the ground. He went down like Humpty Dumpty and fell right into the fire pit. His shirt caught fire immediately, and he started screaming and rolling around, making it worse. Everyone at the party froze for a second before someone grabbed him and pushed him into the pool. The fire went out, but Sonny had burns on his back and arms. Someone called 911 while his friend stared at me like I was a pyromaniac. Now here we were in court with the Lozano's lawyer painting me as some violent thug who deliberately pushed Sonny into the fire all to get a girl's attention. They brought in witness after witness who were all conveniently safe from others. Each one told the same rehearsed story about how I attacked Sonny unprovoked. The judge was eating it up and taking notes. I think Duke Joe Biden even started to wipe fake tears. Sonny's testimony was Oscar-worthy. He claimed he was just talking to a friend when I appeared out of nowhere and assaulted him. He said the burn gave him PTSD and he couldn't sleep. His mom actually started crying on cue when he talked about his suffering. The whole thing was such a quick escape.
You all just laugh at me.
Do your
Can't
thing,
this
man.
wait?
Do your
Well,
thing. I'm
excuse
playing mine
me.
with the controller instead of keyboard. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Was that you?
Hey, Arthur.
Come on! If we're gonna make it to this party, you sure as shit better clean up a little.
So we're doing this?
Oh, yeah. Old friend Dutch Van der Linde's finally showing his true colors.
social climbing.
Old Senor Bronte, that horrendous snake, has invited us to the ball, Cinderella. So my suggestion is we go and get you down.
You son of a bitch. We are ridiculous. Utterly.
I ain't never been to a ball in my life.
Here,
Nor have I.
here's that
so I am being
That's
I
fair.
used to quite
Thought you
often
needed a weapon
can be
stick.
fine picking
No.
God,
Pickpocketing.
no.
We are
Thank
here
you,
to
no.
make real contact.
What kind of
Okay.
contact?
I don't know. We'll find what we can. All I know for sure is we're going to a party at the mayor's house, and the guest of honor is the worst crook in town. I'm sure that we will find something. Okay.
Gentlemen, Luca, I'm afraid the mayor does not allow guns at official functions after last year's incident. Luca here will take you to Mr. Bronte. I believe he is expecting you.
Follow me, gentlemen.
Point. I was walking through and there was this little teenage girl and she was like very short.
This way, please, gentlemen. Senor Bronte will be so pleased that you made it.
We are honored to be here.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Come down this way. What a beautiful evening it shall be. Mr. Bronte is a very good friend with the mayor. Good evening, dear.
So you've heard of
As
the
long as
dark
the man
web.
behaves
There's something
himself,
even
and
worse.
Mr.
They
Bronte,
call it
he has that
Maria's
thing,
web.
no
No search engine, no browser, no nothing to take you there. Unless you have a quantum computer.
We'll meet you out
They say it's
back
where the
after we
deepest
pay our
secrets of
respects
the
to
world
Senor
are hidden.
Bronte.
Away from government projects, AI that became aware of a bunch of dark stuff. Even ritual live streams, or even worse, database of people that have been missing ever since they entered the website, who have gone missing after logging
How do
in.
you do?
The program claimed that he had access to it in 2017. He said it didn't feel like navigating through any website. He felt like something was watching him. He only described one page before going missing, a blank page with an eye. These creepy eyes were blinking. He also claimed that he got a message saying you shouldn't be here, which of course he ignored. People on Reddit say that if you talk about Mariana's web too much, you start getting weird stuff on your computer or on your phone. They claim that your IP starts pinging from locations where you have never been to. So if you ever get
the angry cowboys who arrived. And you've washed per la prima volta questo mese, senza dubbio.
This is quite a party you've invited us to.
You ain't road
Yes,
trip
quite
straight to your
something. Although I'm not
I
quite
would
sure
do it, bro, but what
So,
road do you gotta take?
this is
There ain't that
San
many roads that
Denis
can go.
High Society.
Yes, apparently so.
And all these people, these are friends of yours, Senor Bronte.
No, not quite, not quite. But they certainly are afraid of me. Like that one. See that wretch? He's the mayor. Henri Lemieux. He'll do anything for $1, and I mean
Guys, yo,
anything.
what?
Politics
When did I get the
is a
Grandmaster
foul
Sprinkler?
business.
Oh, and that one too. That is Alberto Fusar. He owns a sugar plantation out on the island, and he comes here to whore and despoil himself. Oh, and that is Hobart Crawley, a Confederate major in the war. I mean, hero, they say, but that is his very young wife. I mean, a young mistress, that's the natural order of things, yes, but a young wife is unseemly. Oh, the Redskins. I have no sympathy for them, because whoever is stupid enough to get tricked by the Americans,
You don't know the relationships
they
always
get what
look
they
like
deserve,
that.
huh?
No, this
Yes,
guy's
and a
a
letter
document.
to the mayor. Oh, yeah, that'll save you. And that is Hector
You don't know the
Fellows,
relationships always
this
look like that.
self-righteous newspaper man.
This guy's
Maybe
a
you'll
document.
kill him for me one day.
Well, we're not paid killers as such, not in cold blood anyway.
I did not know you were so particular that
Did you know
wouldn't
that
take
Kratos, the
offense.
ghost of
I'm
Sparta,
willing to
was
help
once
in
just
any
a
way I
mortal warrior
can,
begging the gods
within
for mercy?
reason.
Before he was feared by Olympus, he was
I'm
ruthless
going
for
to pretend to understand what that
desperate. He called out
means.
Harry, did it off
I
his
meant
soul
no
for
offense,
reasons.
sir.
He gave Kratos the power and chains, the blaze of chaos,
None
produced his skin, the
taken.
symbol of servitude, rage, barking hearts, blinded by bloodlust. Kratos was stricken, murdering his
All
own wife
these
and daughter. In his
vulgar
temple built to honor
people.
Ares himself, their hands
They
used his flesh stained in white. That they forged his curse to carry them
Non
into
vedo
the
l'ora
and
di
unforgiven Kratos became
guardarti
the ghost of Sparta.
morire.
God was possessed by God's protection, hidden
Well,
heroes, monsters,
it has
solved
been
ancient
wonderful
puzzles, climbed into the
conversing with you, you, but I can
Face
tell
the
that
gun
you are
broke,
very
and when it was
busy,
done,
and I
he
won't
didn't just
waste
win,
any
he
more
took
of your time.
Yes, yes, yes.
became the
Go
new
enjoy
God of
yourselves
War.
and
No title
mingle
could
with
erase
this
the past.
vulgar
The nightmares
scum.
never left.
You
The
need
rage
to
never faded.
long
And
for
deep
the
inside
days
Rick's
when
one
you
thing,
could
his
shoot
war had
each
only just
other
begun.
and
The other
scoop
great
cows
I
out on
swam
the open
underwater
range.
2 whole days and nights. Right when I was
Those
about to
sure
pass
were the
out,
days.
finally broke through the surface.
Good day,
Gasped for
gentlemen.
air.
Good day to you. But
But
before
when I
you
turned
go,
around,
what
I saw them,
exactly are your
James and
plans?
Bob. They were
Well, we've
clinging
not
to a
made
float,
any-
pale and barely conscious. I
Well,
looked around. There were pieces of the plane wreckage.
we are
and
going
somehow
to need
2
some
kayaks.
money.
I dragged them over and pulled the guys aboard.
Yes,
But I didn't feel any
Well,
relief.
there's
We were
money at the
surrounded by
trolley
nothing
station.
but ocean.
They keep
Not
a lot of
single
cash
sign
there in
land.
the day. Now,
This
I
was
could
Stokos.
not
Chance to
do
be rescued
myself
0-0.
for
James Bob started
such
to break down.
matters.
They were sure
But
we
you,
were
as a
dying.
guest,
I checked the
yes,
survival
as
tank,
my guest,
2 chocolate bars,
do it,
3
huh?
bottles of water.
Okay,
Could have
good
been
day,
worse.
gentlemen.
We rationed.
Goodbye.
We could last maybe 2 weeks. So we started drifting.
Ok, ragazzi, adesso il vino buono.
Strange thoughts. South sharks, not just one, several. They circled us over and over. None of us slept that night. Thankfully, we left by morning. At sunrise, I saw a rescue plane flying overhead. Without thinking, I fired a flare. James dumped green dye into the sea, trying to make us stand out in the blue water. But the plane was flying too high. From up there, we were just specks in the ocean. I fired another flare. Still nothing. The plane flew farther and farther, leaving us staring at the sky in silence. Then it got worse. The chocolate was gone. Only a few empty wrappers were left. I shouted at James. He kept his head down, said he couldn't take the hunger anymore. I was furious, but there was nothing else to do. By day 4, we were all losing it. James hugged his knees, crying, saying he regretted everything. Around noon, an albatross landed on our kayak. I held my breath, reached out slowly, and grabbed its leg hard. We all pounced on it at once, smiling at him. The meat tasted awful. We hadn't eaten in days. Bob had an idea. He used some of the bird as bait. We waited 4 hours and finally caught a huge fish. James didn't save it. The guilt was written all over his face. Bob and I didn't say anything either. We just handed him a piece of fish. At that point, it didn't matter anymore. That fish saved us. Its protein kept us going for another 18 days. The sun burned our skin to a peel. The pain was unbearable. We tried to hide in the shade as best we could. We kept looking at the family photos in our pockets, holding on to those smiles to keep us alive. Then one night, the sea suddenly went silent. Moments later, the storm hit. Waves slammed into us like beasts. We held on to the kayaks for dear life, thinking only one thing: don't die. Maybe God really hurt us. When it was over, we were still alive. Even better, it started raining. We opened our mouths and drank, caught every drop we could. Water was no longer a problem. We had
Hello,
fish
sir.
and came up
Good
with a
day,
plan
sir.
to go after the
Hi there,
sharks.
sir.
I waited for the right moment and grabbed one by the tail.
Hey,
All our
mister.
strength, holding on to the kayak. I didn't
How you
hesitate.
doing?
I stabbed it and stopped it. Meat was
Evening,
tough
gentlemen.
and foul.
How are
Heavy
you,
as
ladies?
Day 27.
Evening,
We
folks.
were still drifting. Just
You
as I was
know,
about to give up,
How are you all?
It is not.
I looked up, flying, flying low. I fired a flare.
Evening,
This time,
folks.
I thought we'd really be safe. The plane kept
This
walking.
century
Dropped
get
our
more
hands to the sea.
besmirched.
Then, suddenly, it turned
Blood
around.
and
It was
guilt
a
because of
Japanese
more
fighter. Bullets
sins.
rained down.
Do we wish to better
We jumped in.
ourselves?
No time
I
to think.
hope the
After
latter.
it left,
As of course
climbed
do
back in,
I,
helped us out
but
with the kayak.
things
We were
are more
exhausted.
complex
Just as we
in matters of
crawled
man
down, the plane
than in the
I
heads
screamed
of
for
the
them to jump again.
intellectuals.
When I looked back, only I had made it into the water. I watched helplessly.
It ain't
The kayak was
complex,
torn apart.
you.
I spent
And only an
part of the
idiot
night
like
by
you,
some
buddy,
miracle,
would try to
James
make it
and
so.
Bob were still alive.
I will
Finally,
not deny
the plane was gone.
idiocy,
Rushed
sir,
to
but
find food.
perhaps
We
now
tried
is
to
not the
hatch
time.
But the sea wasn't done with us.
Typical
The sharks
pansy.
were back.
You are drunk, Ferdinand.
I swam
I'm
in the
not
water for 2
drunk,
days
you
and nothing.
fool. But this man loves
Hey,
darkies.
you are pretty drunk. Yeah. What say you and me cool off?
Hands off me.
Come on, sleep it off.
All right, okay, goddammit.
Come on now, that's it.
Who do you think you are, man? Ease up on my arm.
Sit down and calm down. You can rejoin the party.
You have a problem, so what is it?
Good evening. Gentlemen, how are you all doing?
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Henri Lemieux. I hope you're enjoying my party.
Mayor,
Allegedly.
that's quite a place you got here.
It's not mine, and the city is horribly in debt, but we can still put on a good show. Do you know Evelyn Miller?
My lord. The writer?
Well, we seem to have another deranged drunkard on our hands.
Shall we?
My lord, they're fantastic.
Mr. Cornwall was quite insistent, I'm afraid. He shouted down the telephone for several minutes.
Mr. Cornwall is a horse's ass, and a bad horse.
I'm very sorry, sir.
It's not your fault. I'm a fool for trusting him. I'll come in and sign it for a minute. Let me enjoy the fireworks.
Of course.
Did you say something about Cornwall? Yes. Find out what.
What's the meaning of this?
I'm not gonna put in audio. I'm not gonna put in audio on this post. I'm not gonna put any hashtags on this post. This is between you, me, and God. I pray to God that this would see the right.
Everything's fine.
God is good.
We have the place well secured. Good. Mr. Bronte has a habit of wandering about and reading whatever he likes.
Cheers.
We're watching him in his
God
own
will
life.
love this. Then share
Thank
this
you, Mr.
post.
Tanner.
If God has worked in your life personally, then share this post. Let's get the gospel out. John 13, verse 7. You do not realize what I am doing.
Hey,
Later you will understand. Guys, I know you're going through.
Is everything
I
taken
know a
care
lot
of?
of
The
you are
telephone,
struggling.
it keeps ringing.
the mayor
Anxiety,
said he would
depression,
sign
lust,
later.
anger, jealousy, greed, whatever it is. God's telling you that He's got a plan for you that's better than that. God never will make a plan for you and
Marie!
make you fail. It's
Marie!
our choice.
Find that little reprobate Jip and
He
beat
wants you to
him!
know.
He
You
will
do
not have
understand what's
standard
happening
slip!
right now in your life. The later
I'm sorry, sir, but the party's in the
you
garden.
trust Him,
The residence
you
is
give
purely
me
for
this
family.
season.
I do hope you understand.
You're gonna be
Forgive
all right.
me. I
God
was
wants me to let you know
unaware.
you're gonna be all right, my friend. Keep going. I'm not gonna
In
put
this
an audio
house.
on this post. I'm not gonna put any hashtags on this post. This is between you, me,
Have you
and
lost
God.
your
I pray
mind?
to God that this would see the right people.
I said,
God
have
is
you
good.
lost your mind?
Share this post.
Come here.
If God will
Come here.
then share this post.
Look at
if
me.
God has worked in your life personally, then share this
Look
post. Let's get
at
the gospel
me.
out. John,
Who do you think you are? This area is not meant for the likes of you. You know this. The standards in this house are slipping. This is a final warning to you, miss. A final warning. Now get out of my sight.
Mr. Leviticus Cornwall. Top secret. Extremely confidential. Very interesting.
La 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 la, la la la, la la la. La 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 la. Я знаю твой телефон, но никогда не позвоню. И ты же мы в унисоны набираем.
Find anything? I think so.
Nothing. This town is a waste of time.
Maybe not.
I think...
Gentlemen, I think we're done here.
What did you find out?
There's plenty of money moving.
I saw happy.
I think I found out how we can grab some of it.
OG TikTok there request, and because this town is new, I'm still going back to anyone who wants me to. And if you 5 out of 5, you are not OGs.
We're gonna leave.
Yeah.
That could be the one thing we need.
There's also that trolley car station Senor Bronte told us about.
I keep mismatching it.
Here comes Lenny. All right, let's get in. Go home.
Oh, I ain't never felt so awkward in all my life. All them folk all so pleased with themselves. Oh, high society's pigeon shit. If you ask me, it's more like torture.
Well, that's sort of the point, isn't it? Let the people torture themselves. There's them papers I took. Let me see you take this. I don't think so.
People are
I
going to
might
wish
have
that
an
they were
idea.
dead. And they can't
Let
even
me
think
think on
death. During the trumpets, during Jesus' return, there will literally be hell on earth. And those who believe in Jesus will be spared from this. Imagine being separated from your family, your friends, every single person that you love. You are
Interesting
separated.
times.
You can never see them again.
guess.
You're locked in a dark corner
So
of the
what's
world
next?
that you can never,
Dancing lessons? Deportment? More along the lines of armed robbery. Jose is handling reconnaissance on the bank. He and Abigail are gonna run some distractions, see how the law reacts. Good. Oh, and I spoke to Evelyn Miller. Fine man. Here helping the Indian chief we saw. Yeah, I met him too, with the mayor. He's lobbying officials in Saint Denis on their behalf. Maybe we could help. Maybe. Now, I think there's a lot of money on the riverboat. A lot of money. And Trelawney, he's investigating for us. He says to meet him at the Taylors. Okay. One big score down here, Arthur, and we disappear. We are almost heading home. Where is home? I don't know. Exactly. But I can smell it. I'm gonna go investigate this trolley thing old Bronte was talking about. Okay.
favor, if it's convenient, I mean.
Sure.
If you're out on your adventures and you see any herb